People say that time heals all wounds, but when the scars are in your brain and the harm is wired into how you think, feel, and act, time isn't enough. People who have been mistreated may have heard statements like, "just get over it," or "that was years ago." But those folks don't know this trauma doesn't move forward in time like the rest of the world. It doesn't stay in the past. It stays with you. Changes how you feel about your safety, your identity, your relationships, and even your sense of worth. Abuse doesn't just make you feel bad. It alters how your brain works. And if no one has ever described it to you in a way that makes sense, this video might be the one you were meant to see. Let's speak about what abuse really does to your brain. Step 1. The brain is in danger. When abuse occurs, be it physical, emotional, verbal, or even subtle manipulation, your brain activates its survival mechanisms. The amygdala, which is the region of your brain that looks for danger, is at the heart of this response. It's your alarm system, and when someone hurts you, it goes off all the time. But here's the catch: your brain doesn't always realize when the threat is over. So the alarm doesn't stop even when the abuse stops. You stay in that heightened condition, jumpy, apprehensive, and reactive, as if you were still in the middle of it. You start to quiver at comments that aren't meant to hurt you. Even if it's just a little, when someone raises their voice, your heart starts to race. You see neutral expressions as menacing. It's not because you're being dramatic. It's because your brain learned how to live, and now it doesn't know how to forget that. Even when it's not, the world starts to feel unsafe. Stage 2. Damage to the emotional control center. Your amygdala goes into overdrive, and your prefrontal cortex, which is the area of your brain that controls logical thinking, emotional regulation, and impulse control, starts to shut down. It's like trying to drive a car that barely has brakes and the gas pedal is stuck. You're fine for a while. In the next hour, you might feel overwhelmed, angry, numb, or all of those things. You can even think that you're too much for other people and that your reactions don't make sense, but they do. Yes, they're dysregulated, but it's not your fault. This is what makes it so hard to manage your emotions after abuse. The alarm system is too strong and the rational control is too weak. You think you're broken unless someone tells you otherwise. But you are not broken. You are rewired. And you can undo rewiring. Stage 3. Forgetting things and becoming confused. People frequently wonder why survivors of abuse have trouble remembering things, why certain memories come in parts and pieces, and why some things are quite clear while others feel like fog. That's the hippocampus, which is the area of the brain that helps you learn and remember things. Stress and trauma over time can make it smaller, which makes it difficult to store and get memories back. Some victims go blank when they talk about the abuse because of this. They recall some parts of it quite well, but not others. It's not because they're making things up or being dramatic. Your brain was trying to keep you safe in its own way. It can help you survive by making the boundaries of trauma less clear. At other times, it locks the whole thing up in a vault and slams the door shut. But trauma that is held in the body always finds a way to get out, whether it's through flashbacks, panic attacks, or emotional shutdowns. So if you've ever disputed your memories, your experience, or been told you're just dreaming things, no, you're not. Your brain recalls what it can afford to remember, and that's how to be alive, not how to remain weak. Step 4. Not feeling anything and not being able to connect with others. Your brain could get bored of being terrified all the time after a while, so it pulls another lever which makes emotions less intense. You don't feel much of anything good or unpleasant. The good times, the happiness, the laughter, and the intimacy all go away, because the anguish, anxiety, guilt, and lows were simply too much. So your brain makes things less interesting. It's like putting on armor for your feelings, but now the world seems far away. You view your life as if it were occurring to someone else. You grin when you should, but it doesn't feel real. You say, "I'm fine," because you don't even know what you actually feel anymore. This isn't a sign of weakness. This isn't being cold. This is trauma doing its duty to protect you in the only way it knows how. But this numbness doesn't mean you'll never feel anything again. It only means that your nervous system needs a cause to trust you again. Stage 5. Being impulsive and dealing with chaos. When your brain is in survival mode, calm might feel strange and even scary. That's why so many survivors put themselves in dangerous circumstances, hurt themselves, drink too much, choose bad companions, and ruin their chances. It's not because they don't care. It's because turmoil is something we know and can count on. Pain might sometimes feel safer than calm. Trauma can change the way your brain works, making it think that adrenaline is love. It can mix up normalcy with neglect. It may pursue intensity rather than intimacy, as intimacy is perceived as too vulnerable. And when the part of your brain that helps you make decisions, the prefrontal cortex, is weak, you make choices that make things worse just to get away from how you feel. But deep down, you're not broken. You're handling it. Maybe in the worst ways. But your brain is still battling to stay alive. Step 6. The way to get better. This is something that the world doesn't tell you very often. Your brain can get better. Neuroplasticity is what it's called. The capacity of your brain to reconfigure, develop, and transform in response to novel experiences. And this is still true no matter how long ago the abuse happened. You are never beyond repair. It's not about pretending that it didn't happen. It's about showing your brain that the danger is gone, that safety is now there, that happiness is safe, that tranquility isn't a trick. It happens through treatment, through safe connections, by being kind to yourself, by gently creating a new default, where calm is usual, not strange. And no, it's not quick, it's not simple, but it can happen. What about that chance? It's yours. Thank you for still being here. That means you were strong enough to accept the truth and daring enough to want something better. I talked about the 6 scary signs in my recent video. Someone is not emotionally available, and I think a lot of you will find it useful. Because emotional unavailability is often caused by severe pain, sometimes even abuse. So if you like this video, watch that one next. They really do go together. Before you leave, can I ask you something? What element of this video made you feel the most? Was it the loss of memory? The feeling of being numb? The reactions that don't make sense? Leave it in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Let's make a place where folks don't have to accomplish things by themselves. If this video helped you in any way, please take a second to like it. It helps more people find it. And sign up so you don't miss the next one. Trauma may have changed the way your brain works, but what about your future? You still have the power to shape it.